Recently, I discovered that depression is a real thing. And honestly, all the times that I thought I was depressed before, I was wrong, bro. It got to a point in my life where I went through some serious trauma recently. Damn near that was built up for like the whole last year. And eventually the dominoes just crashed and it just let out this big catastrophic event that damn near basically ruined my life, and it just spiraled me into a wave of depression. Not only did it spiral me into a wave of depression, I realized what depression was. All those times before where I thought, I was depressed. No, I don't really think I was depressed. I never really had an immediate family member die to where I was really depressed about it. I've had dogs die. I was sad about it for a little, but I wasn't really to the point where I couldn't eat or anything or what it was now. Like now, bro, it's like I cry at least once a week. I think about, how I damn near ruined my life. I get mad. I get frustrated. I barely get sleep. Not only do I barely get sleep, it's to a point where I barely eat as well. But oddly enough, the weirdest thing about it is I barely eat, I barely sleep, but I feel so energized. I feel so energized when I get up to go to work or I get up to go somewhere. But oddly enough, with all this energy, I don't feel like doing the task that I have in front of me. I just want to go to my bed and bed rot. And another crazy thing about it is I don't understand how. Well, I do understand it because I guess my body's in survival mode, but it's kind of crazy how when I used to eat 3,000 calories a day, not only was I eating 3,000 calories a day, I was getting, 8 hours of sleep. I'd oftentimes feel groggy and very sleepy, to actually get up and do some stuff. But now that I'm depressed and my body's in the survival mode, I have all this energy in the world to do these things with the littlest amount of fuel. I've lost a lot of weight, honestly, quite a little bit of muscle as well, which, inherently, I don't want to just sit down and let all my progress over the years burn, but it's kind of hard to, keep your focus when you have a lot going on and you're really understanding what depression is. Like all the other times where I thought I felt depression and I was like, oh, this is what my life is, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Honestly, I don't think that was depression. I didn't feel what I'm feeling now. What I'm feeling now is a deep despair in my heart. Not only in my heart, it just is like, what's the point of living? I've had numerous thoughts of, not being on this earth anymore. And they're kind of push up on you because it's just like your purpose. Like once you feel like, either, I guess, you're heartbroken. I've been heartbroken before, but I've never felt like this in terms of being heartbroken. This I feel like it's some serious shit that damn near could ruin my life on a catastrophic level of like years to come for like the next 20, 30, 40 years, which I feel like I never really felt with heartbreak. Like I've been sad being heartbroken, but I just feel like this is the most down baddest part that I've ever been in my life, down lowest that I've ever been in my life. And, one day, hopefully, maybe I can climb out of this deep, dark despair of a hole and look back at it and be like, damn, that was a crazy place to be in. But at the moment, I feel like, what is the point of everything? What is the point of doing things? I worked so hard for the last 5 years just to have one hiccup in my life, one big hiccup in my life that's setting me back 5 years. It's like you work so hard for 5 years and one mistake can set you back another 5 years. It's so crazy how the world works. And that's ultimately what sent me in this wave of a depression of just like, damn, But at the end of the day, I do realize that there is hope once I'm able to climb out the hole. I think in the back of my head, I also feel like, if I sat down and I completely forgave myself, when I finally healed, I know that I would be more upset at myself for giving up and then not only setting myself back these years, but I would be more mad at myself because I let all that time go by and not even work towards my goals at all. And that's something I feel like I couldn't forgive in myself. But at the same time, it's like you just lose that sense of purpose because it's just like, what's the point? And I feel like as a man, we get happiness out of grinding towards our goals and having a goal that we want to push forwards to. But when it just gets pushed back, it's just like one of the most ultimate, not even just pushed back, but maybe you can't even reach the goals because of the hump you did. It just gets to a point where it's just like, fuck, man.